Hey everyone, I'm your host Chanel Omari, and welcome back to another episode of Chanel in the City at Juku NYC. We have a very special guest today. She is beautiful, she is kind, she's an entrepreneur. She has her own PR company, a very successful one, and she's the star of one of my favorite shows on Bravo, Summer House. Please welcome the beautiful, the amazing Lindsay Hubbard.
Oh, thank you so much. I feel so flattered. That was so sweet.
I mean every single word. Talk to us about how you opened up your PR company and what made you open up a PR company. What made you want to get into the business?
It's a funny story because it was kind of an accident. Basically, I majored in PR. I went to University of Florida, graduated, moved to New York. I was here for a year. I think it was like a really rough, cold winter, and being a Florida girl, I was not feeling the type of coldness that winter. So after a year in New York, and I worked at a boutique PR firm here in the city, I decided to move to Los Angeles, and I got another job at another PR firm. And that's really where I honed my skills. My boss at the time, she and her business partner had split, and then I walked in and essentially helped her rebuild her entire company by her side.
Wow.
So I worked for that PR firm for 5 years.
How does it feel that you were behind creating some of the most prestigious brands and the most longevity brands?
But I was just trying to keep up with my pants. I was, I was running at this. Yeah. Most people think of LA as chill, cool surfer vibes, the sunshine. You're not motivated to work. Not me. We started getting a lot of hospitality accounts in New York, and nobody to run them. And my boss at the time, she was like, "Well, Lindsay, you are our hospitality girl. You know the New York, crew.
Right.
New York media outlets. You're familiar with the city. I need you to go run the New York hospitality clients, but also I need you to oversee all the LA hospitality."
That's
so I was
so
going
cool.
back and forth legitimately all of 2012, and finally by October 2012, actually a week before Hurricane Sandy, I moved back to New York permanently and ran our entire New York office, oversaw our fashion division, all of our hospitality still, and was sort of the yin to my yang of my boss at the time. And then in 2014, I started dating a guy, and he was actually a client. I know that's pretty taboo, but
I'm sorry to interrupt, but on that note, would you encourage that, or this was a specific case? Do you encourage people getting involved at work?
I don't necessarily encourage it, but for some reason, it always worked out for me. Where it's it was always beneficial that I,
Dated someone at work.
dated a client.
Only Lindsay Hubbard though can get away with it. Okay, but I've done that before. But
And by the way, they still always come back. It was never my big dream to own my own PR firm. I just sort of fell into it, and with the help and support and guidance and push from that guy, which is probably the best thing he ever did for me. Can't speak for anything else. We opened up our own PR firm in the summer of 2014, and then 2 years later, summer of 2016, we were just going in different directions, and it made sense that I was to leave basically,
right.
and kind of sidestep and start Hub House PR, which is my PR firm now.
Was that a hard decision to tell your boss at the time, hey, I'm gonna leave?
It was awful.
Everybody has that
question.
question.
She was also pregnant.
Oh yeah, that you can't piss off a pregnant lady. Okay.
Yeah, and the thing is I try to tell her in so many different ways, listen, these are my salary requirements, and I do X, Y, and Z for this company. like I'm warning you and also asking you at the same time, like, I need to feel appreciated.
And valued.
And valued.
Yeah.
So I wound up leaving summer of 2014, starting an agency with my client boyfriend at the time. And then in 2016, we separated and dissolved that company, and I sidestepped and started Hub House, which was, I mean, at this point, 2.5 years ago.
And love Hub House, love the logo, love the branding. Talk to us about what sets Hub House apart from any PR company.
Well, it's interesting because I now have the ability to go to a client and speak from both sides of the line, right? Like as a publicist, I'm behind the scenes, you know, sort of pulling the strings on strategy and, you know, what we should be doing or what the trends are and what media is looking for. And now that I have Summer House and, you know, on social media,
You're an influencer.
I can speak to that side of, you know, the business as well. And PR as this big umbrella that it is, you know, it's PR and marketing and, you know, advertorials and whatever the case is. Social media has really changed the game for publicists, and we've all had to, you know, learn how to evolve with the times, and social media is a huge part of PR. I have a dating app.
Yeah. Oh my God, what is it? I love it. I gotta sign up to this dating app. I like the name, the Cove. Okay.
Well, it's the CO of conversation and the VE of love, so Cove.
So clever.
Yeah.
I like
that. It's good. And so it's finding chemistry through conversation again, and you're essentially, you know, once a guy requests you, and then if you accept, you have 7 days to go through the entire Cove process, which is 3 back and forth text messages.
Okay.
Then that gets shut off, and you move straight into like voice notes.
Oh, I like that. So it's like
two back and forth voice notes, and then 1 video message back and forth. So you're not wasting your time. You're not like spending an hour and a half. I mean, for me, it would be an hour and a half getting ready.
Yeah.
Right. Doing my hair and makeup, taking a shower.
Spending money to get there.
Get the Uber. Then you get there, and like, what if he has a bad, you know, voice?
Yeah.
And you're just like, whoa. You're sort of going through this whole process in the comfort of your own home, and you're not wasting time finding it out in person. That way you can decide before you ever meet the person if there's going to be chemistry or not.
That is genius, genius, genius.
Yeah.
I'm not just telling, that's genius.
How many dating apps are you on?
10.
10?
10.
Shut the front door.
Swear, have not met one normal guy.
Okay, well, you need to get on Cove first.
I'm gonna get on Cove. We're gonna talk about this.
I've been dating so many different types of guys. I mean, my friends legitimately they're like, you're the UN. Like, you're the
dating internationally.
I'm like, yeah, just call me international affairs. Like,
does that ever get in the way though? You being on a popular show on a popular network, did you ever feel like, can I trust this guy? Does he like me for me?
Well,
Does he know?
This is why the only dating app that I'm on is Cove, because I don't trust, like, if I'm on Tinder or Bumble or Hinge or whatever the case is.
Yeah.
I feel like if I'm on one of, you know, these like insanely popular dating apps, then somebody is going to be like, oh, that's the girl from Summer House. And it's more like, can I land her?
Right.
As opposed to like, I actually want to get to know this girl. So.
And how do you handle, like, does that offend you, or you kind of like take it with a grain of salt? Like, you seem strong.
I'm not on any dating apps other than Cove, and I'm on it because it's a client. But I actually met a like guy on Cove the other day. And
yeah.
He's really cool and awesome.
It seems more streamlined, that's why.
Yeah, and he didn't watch the show. I was like, great, perfect. Most people who watch the show, it's like you're watching me like get drunk with my friends in the Hamptons drinking rosé all day.
Right, but that's also a cool part to see of you, that we know that like you're this like badass, smart, well, cheers to that.
Yeah.
You're this badass like hustler. That's what I admire about you, but then you're cool as shit. Like, you can party and you're not like being nerdy about it. Like, a lot of people just take work way too seriously, and it takes over their life. Right. At least we see another side of you, that you're like this well-rounded woman, and we can have it all.
Well, I think you have to have balance, otherwise you're gonna go insane. Especially in New York City. Like, you go to sleep with sirens on.
Right. Like, we'll get back to like how you balance everything. But what's interesting to me too is, how do your clients respond that you are on a popular show? Like, do you ever struggle between being behind the scenes for your clients and also being the star?
Well, so for example, like I signed a rooftop over summer, and it was, thank you, and it was like in the heart of like filming.
Right.
And I didn't want to tell them that I was on a TV show, or like if they were like, can you come by on Wednesday night at 6 p.m. Instead of being like, I'm sorry, I'm filming, I was like, I'm sorry, I have an event for a client.
Smart. So how you deliver.
Yeah, and like slowly, even now, they're starting to realize like, wait, this girl's on TV. And people, if I'm at the rooftop and people come up to me and they're like, oh my God, hi, Lindsay, take a picture. They're like, wait a second, who are you? You know, like they're starting to understand. So there's some clients where, you know, I will let them know immediately, and other clients, like, I just sort of feel it out. Yeah. But I'd rather them respect me as a publicist.
Got it.
And then roll out the whole, like, I'm on, you know, Summer House later on.
You rely on yourself mostly.
Well, of course.
And I think that's why you're so successful, because you don't rely on the TV show. You don't rely, and it's great and all, but I feel like you really rely on Lindsay.
Right.
And I think we should all I think we should take a lesson from that, because a lot of us don't know how to rely on ourselves. It's scary.
It's scary for sure, but
where does the confidence come from?
Well, when I was 14, my dad looked at me and said, hey, do you want a car? Do you want to drive when you're 16? And I was like, yeah, of course I want to drive when I'm 16. Like, I need to, like, do my own thing, people. And he was like, great. How are you going to pay for a car? And I was like, guess I'll get a job. So literally the next day I got a job. My first job, I was a bag girl at Winn-Dixie. And I worked there until I got a job as a hostess at this little Italian restaurant when I was 15. And then I wound up working at Outback Steakhouse for like ever.
My favorite steakhouse ever.
Bloom and Onion? Are you kidding me?
We need to go for one, just for all time. That is so cool that, like, I have such a newfound respect for your hustle. Like, that is, it's just not easy. I don't think people realize, like, the shit you go through or the stuff you go through in your life, and it's a good thing, but it's also like, wow. Like,
it is a lot of pressure, and it's stressful that I have, you know, my company on my shoulders. If my today or tomorrow, like, what am I gonna do?
Right.
You know?
And do you ever feel like?
And not only that, but now I have an employee. You know, potentially like another employee at different points in time, and like it's their livelihood that I'm responsible for as well. And
right.
I love being in my 30s because I feel confident.
Right.
I know exactly who I am. Like if you asked me 5 years ago, I'd be like, you know, I'm doing all these different things and couldn't really pinpoint, you know, who I was in my own skin. And I really feel like as a woman, when you hit your 30s, you're like, all right, world, here I am. Like,
I'm ready.
This is me. Take me or leave me. And like, insecurities kind of go. I mean, obviously we all have insecurities, but insecurities go away. There's a confidence about you. Like, I wouldn't give that up to go back to my 20s.
I agree. I felt 20s you feel like messy and lost, and
you're still trying to find your way in your 20s.
Yeah, and also TV, by the way, correct me if I'm wrong, being on reality TV helps you get to know you, right?
Oh, 1000%.
Like, did you rewind things and be like,
well, we're also like stuck in a house with each other, you know?
Right.
It's not like other reality TV shows, they're not in a house.
24/7, was that hard?
Well, you can't escape. Like, if you have a problem with somebody, you have to talk about it, or else it's going to affect the mood of the entire house. So, you know, it really does force you to, you know, work through issues with your friends. And that also translates into real life where, you know, like if I'm having a problem with my family, I'm like, okay, well, let's talk about this and let's not hold grudges and let years go by.
Right.
Because we can't do that in the Summer House, you know?
This season on Summer House.
You're basically my sister. That I want to have sex with.
Everett loves me so much, but
been holding something back. Things have been really good with us.
I think this would be the winner.
I don't want to be a boy anymore.
You're growing.
Let the Lord be with you all.
You have the best fashion sense, I think, on the show.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, you have really good fashion sense. I'm always like,
I
want to get what
what's
she's
she
wearing.
gonna say right now?
Like, do you have any like tips for the girl who's single in the city on the go all the time? Like, what she should really focus on wearing to look put together?
To be honest, like I live in my high top shoes. I love high tops more than anything.
Yeah. Do they make like an outfit? We should probably all get a pair of high tops.
Yeah, everyone needs some high tops. If you don't have high tops, come on, what are you doing? Go out and get some high tops. Dolce Vita makes really cute high tops. What else? As like a
Like your
girl-
outfit is perfect. Like, so pair ripped jeans.
Yeah,
let's say, like
ripped
a black
jeans.
blazer.
Yeah,
and
just
like
keep it simple. Like, well, you know, this
I like
this
what you're
is like a
wearing today.
duster. It says Hubs on the
I
back.
know. Like, look how cool this is. Hubs. I love it. Oh my God, this is cool. But yeah, because it's like you don't have to always be glammed up to just look put together.
No,
necessarily.
not at all.
So let's talk about music and celebrities. You've worked with a lot of celebrities. What are maybe your favorite celebrities you could talk to us about? And
Oh my gosh.
music. What kind of music do you love?
I'm okay. What do
We're
we
music
listen
heads
to?
here.
I listen to music every single day, but I like to in the office. Like I'm like a house girl,
Okay.
very upbeat.
Cool.
You know, like it's either top 40 or like housey pop.
Okay, so before we wrap this up, what is your advice and your tips to people who want to make it in the entertainment industry?
Honestly, work hard. Whether you want to be an actor, you want to be an agent, you want to be a publicist, you want to be, you know, anything in the entertainment industry, nothing is given to you. Like maybe back in the day that could have happened, but it doesn't happen these days without hard work.
That's amazing.
good.
Thank you so
I'm into
much for like being here.
Stop!
Lindsay.
So you're
I'm not gonna
tearing
cry.
up again.
No, I'm not gonna cry. Like, she's not gonna be my friend after this if I continue to cry. Thank you for coming. Thank you
Oh
for
my God! Thank you for having me. I really
Where
appreciate
can
it.
everybody follow you?
I'm on Instagram at Lindsay Hubbard.
And your website?
Yeah, my website is hubhousepr.com or Instagram is hubhousepr at hubhousepr. Yeah, I think that's it.
And we love you. We're wishing
Yeah,
you
I
the
love
best
you
success.
guys. Thank you so much.